Pay the fees or we take your house. You're just a confused old widow.
I paid every dollar. Retired state Supreme Court justice.
Mrs. Green, occupation?
She tried to foreclose my house over fake fees, but she had no idea I was a retired state Supreme Court justice until the judge asked. My name's Dorothy Green, 72 years old, a widow for 3 years, who owns my home outright with $385,000 in value, completely paid off with no mortgage. In my mailbox, I find a foreclosure notice from HOA President Brenda Simmons, 49 years old, who runs Meadowbrook Community with $240 homes. Her claim states, I owe $2,400 in HOA fees plus $1,800 in late fees, totaling $10,700, with instructions to pay within 30 days or lose my house. I have proof with canceled checks and bank statements showing I paid everything on time. I called Brenda and she laughed, saying, "You're just a confused old widow who probably forgot to pay, and people your age shouldn't handle finances alone." That was her critical mistake. Here's what Brenda didn't know. Dorothy Green is a retired justice from the state Supreme Court who served from 1995 to 2020 for 25 years, specializing in property law and writing 3 landmark decisions on HOA overreach. I filed a response representing myself, subpoenaed HOA records, including board minutes and financial statements, then hired a forensic accountant to examine the books. We found it. Brenda had embezzled $68,000 over 4 years, forged board meeting minutes, never had a vote to foreclose, filed 12 fake foreclosures against other homeowners, and collected illegal kickbacks. My foreclosure was completely fraudulent because I had paid every fee properly. Court day arrived at the county courthouse with Judge Thomas Brennan presiding. A young man may be 40 years old. Following standard procedure, the judge says, "Mrs. Green, please state your full name and occupation for the record." I stand and respond. Dorothy Eleanor Green, retired justice, State Supreme Court, 1995 to 2020. The judge's face changes completely and he stands immediately saying, "Justice Green, it's an honor because he clerked for me 15 years ago." Brenda's face goes white as she realizes exactly who she's facing in court. I present my evidence with canceled checks, the forensic accountant report showing $68,000 in embezzlement, a handwriting expert confirming the minutes were forged, and 12 homeowners testifying about fake foreclosures. The judge asks Brenda directly, "Did you forge these board minutes?" And she just stammers, unable to answer clearly. The judge continues, "Mrs. Simmons, you attempted to fraudulently foreclose on a state Supreme Court justice's home," and she sits in silence. The judge dismisses the foreclosure immediately and refers Brenda to the state attorney with criminal prosecution recommended. I file a civil suit for fraud, defamation, and emotional distress. The state attorney charges her with embezzlement of $68,000, 12 counts of fraud, and forgery. The criminal trial results in 8 years prison with full restitution required. My civil judgment orders her to return the fake $10,700, pay $45,000 for emotional distress, $28,000 in legal fees, and $150,000 in punitive damages, totaling $233,700. The HOA board votes unanimously to remove Brenda from her position. 12 other homeowners sue separately and recover $180,000 combined. Brenda thought I was a confused old widow and an easy target, but I wrote the very laws she violated. Who tries to foreclose on a Supreme Court justice? Comment, "Justice," if you think HOA bullies should always be exposed. Share this with anyone dealing with HOA abuse. Follow for more real stories where power trips end in courtrooms.